Was this kind of the performance you expected when you brought in Robert Moore, which is what he needed today?
Well, I wouldn't say I expected it. I mean, he's not even 18 yet. I just want him to play good defense, turn double plays, and I think he's starting to relax the plate a little bit. And he got a ball that got up in the air today and hit it out of the park, and wind helped it out. But he hit one last week, or the first weekend, I guess, last weekend, that would have been out of the park, but the wind pushed it back. So he made some nice plays, got a couple big hits for us, and happy for him.
What do you think about Patrick Wicklander's start?
Thought he had a great outing. He's matched up with their righty Jacob that is just really hard to hit. He's just hard to hit, and he probably felt like that. It was one-on-one a little bit there, and I think he was up for the challenge, and he had a really good outing. It was better than last weekend's by a lot, in my opinion. He gave us 6 really good innings. He got behind a couple times, battled his way back, and what he gave up, 1 hit, and what more could we ask for? It was a great outing.
What do you think of Jacob, the approach y'all took to try to hit him? And it looked like when runners were on, he struggled a little bit more.
Yeah, we felt that at 100%, that we need to get him in the stretch. He didn't quite have the command out of the stretch that he has in the windup, and I tried to put as many left-handed hitters in there against him as I could, just maybe playing percentages, trying to get that slider coming into them instead of running away from those right-handers. But the interesting thing was that, you look at Franklin, he hammered one down the line, right-hander, and a couple of right-handed guys got some good swings off on him. Some lefties just missed some pitches early, a little frustrating when they'd foul a fastball straight back, and then he'd come with the slider and spot it up, and he was moving the ball around pretty good away and in, and but we kept fighting him, but he's just different.
With Wicklander, when he came back out for the 6th, he only threw 7 pitches. Kind of what was the thought on him coming back out that inning? How long were you going to let him go? And then it seemed like he threw a lot of first pitch strikes today.
Yeah, to answer your first question, he was in the low 80s, I think, when he went out, and we were going to let him get through that inning if he could. Now, obviously, if he got up to 100 pitches, we'd have got him 95. So we're glad he came out, and I think he knew that too. And he came out and peppered the zone. I think he got a first pitch fly out to right, and then I don't remember after that. I just know it didn't take very long, and it was really good to see, because I think we had just scored a couple runs, and we came back in and scored a couple more. So first pitch strike's probably better than it's been in a while, and he's only had 2 outings this year. But talking about maybe looking back on last year a little bit, but he's getting bigger and stronger. I mean, he threw hard the first few innings. He was throwing the ball 92, 94 miles an hour, and was throwing his changeup a lot. Really didn't have the breaking ball early. Then the breaking ball got better. He started getting outs with it. So just a good outing.
Matt, Dave, what do you and Matt come up with for your starting pitcher for tomorrow?
Well, I hadn't even seen Matt yet. So, laying on Michael, because he rushes me in here because you guys want to go home. But I don't know yet, honestly. I mean, I'm thinking Adams probably, but I can't tell you 100%. Maybe we ought to get Coach Hobbs in here and we can talk about it in front of everybody. But I imagine that's the way we'll go. But if that's different, then I'll let you know right when I get in there with Coach Hobbs. He still was talking to the pitchers.
Do you have any tape on their right-hander who's starting tomorrow?
Not much, I haven't looked at any. Yesterday we looked after the game at Jacob's stuff, so probably do that here again if we've got some. Coach Thompson is probably working hard on that right now.
I think with Trest in his 3 outings, you've thrown him in the 9th twice and in the 8th once. Are you liking what you see from him maybe as a closer?
Well, I like what I see because he's throwing strikes. He's throwing the ball knee-high, and he's throwing the ball hard. Today he threw one slider that was not a good pitch, and it flew out deep. And then he threw a really nice one to the last hitter, and then he threw, I think, a little changeup type pitch. I don't know if it's changeup or a slider, to be honest with you, but the pitch before was a really good slider with depth, and that's what we got to see from him. If he can do that, I mean, he's throwing the ball in the mid-90s right now, and it's still February, and he's a big, strong kid. So, we got him up yesterday, and we had to get him up again today because our pitchers, came out of the pen. They weren't throwing the ball over the plate right away. So we felt like, let's just pitch him. We weren't going to be able to use him tomorrow. We got him hot 2 days in a row. So, It'd been nice if we could have scored a few runs there in the 7th or the 8th and maybe gone with somebody else. But, you know, the important thing is just get the win. We had the lead. We didn't want to let it go, and can't be experimenting and putting somebody out there that hasn't done it yet. So it's good to see.
Gregory got his first start today. What went to that decision, and how do you think he did?
Well, first off, Webb didn't do anything not to play, and I told Webb that. I said, "Hey, you're not going to play today." He didn't smile at all when I said it, and I said, "It's not because you haven't been playing well. You've been hitting the ball in the nose. You lined out 3 times on Thursday, and you had a sac fly yesterday and a nice bunt in the big inning." And I said, "I'm just going to mix it up. I'm going to play somebody different. We played the same lineup, you know, same guys." 5 games in a row, and there's still another player or two I need to see, and we're going to need him throughout the year. But I thought Gregory did a really good job. He's a tough out at the plate. He makes contact. You know, he found a way to get 2 hits. He hit the one pretty good up the middle, the one he hit off the end of the bat, and then he took a nice walk. Sometimes he's a little too patient at the plate. I like seeing him swing more, but he does have the on-base percentage type mentality, and I like that.
Moore seems to play the game with a lot of enthusiasm,
Yeah.
and it seems like the other players may feed off that a little bit. I
Oh,
wonder
yeah.
what you've seen.
I mean, and that's the way it works. And in any sport, really. You know, if you got a guy that's got a little energy, you're either an energy giver or an energy taker. We like energy givers, and he's definitely an energy giver.
Anything else? All right. Thanks, Coach.
All right.